To set up the Prompter People Flex Plus, first make sure that the tripod adapter plate is installed on the base of your front or back sled. You need to add the tripod adapter plate before adding your tripod plate. To add the tripod adapter plate, first loosen the nuts or screws so that the adapter plate can slide into the plus channel on the front or back sled. Once you have it positioned properly for optimal balance, use a large flathead screwdriver to lock it securely into place. Once the tripod adapter plate is securely attached, grab your tripod plate. Your tripod plate is typically in your tripod's bag, on your tripod, or under your camera if you were using it with your tripod. To attach your tripod plate to the tripod adapter plate, use a flathead screwdriver or the appropriate tool for your tripod plate. Line up your tripod plate's screws with one or both of the available 1/4 20 or 3/8 screw holes, and then tighten it down with the appropriate tool. Once your tripod plate is securely attached to the tripod adapter plate, carefully grab the Flex Plus if you are mounting it from the front sled and reattach it to your tripod. If you are using the back sled for large cameras, please see Prompter People's large camera setup video guide. After the Flex Plus is positioned and mounted correctly onto your tripod, you will want to lock down your tripod plate to prevent any accidental movement. Then, using the side levers, twist them opposite the locking positions. Once the hood is loosened, bring the hood up a 45-degree angle. You will know the Flex Plus glass is at the correct angle when the two metal guide pins seat into their channels. Lock the hood down by twisting the side levers opposite the way you twisted them when unlocking. If you have purchased a base sled model or a back sled Flex Plus kit, grab it. The sled to camera mount or plus block mount should already be attached. To mount the back sled, line up the two guide pins to the matching holes on the Flex Plus front sled. Then, using a flathead screwdriver, lock the back sled down securely to the front sled so that there is no movement. Do not under or over tighten the back sled to the front sled, as you can damage the threading over time. If you have a tablet model or have purchased a Tabgrabber Pro separately, grab it. From the base of the Tabgrabber Pro, remove both of the sled locking nuts that are on the long screws. Place the two nuts aside or keep them on your person. Align the two long screws on the Tabgrabber Pro to the open slot on the front sled of the Flex Plus and drop it in. Using the two nuts, screw them back onto the Tabgrabber Pro. You can loosen them and adjust the Tabgrabber Pro and lock them once you have it positioned properly. Once the Tabgrabber Pro is properly positioned and securely mounted to the front sled, loosen the two arms by turning the nuts at the bottom of each arm 3 turns. Extend both arms out and place your tablet into the Tabgrabber Pro. You can use tablets as large as the 13-inch iPad Pro or Surface Pro. After you have positioned your tablet so that it is centered on the Tabgrabber Pro, lock both arms down by turning the nuts opposite the direction you turned them to unlock the arms. To use the Flex Plus with a smaller mirrorless DSLR or micro camera, grab the large or specifically the 3-inch plus block and attach it to the sled to camera or plus block mount, otherwise called the low buoy. You can slightly loosen the low buoy to move the camera mount closer or position it properly. Once the low buoy and plus block are at the optimal position, grab your small camera. Using the 1/4 20 thumb screw, attach your small camera to the plus block. After your smaller camera is attached and the lens distance to the beam splitter glass is positioned properly, pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Make sure that you have the hard stint that is inside of the fabric shroud rested above your lens to prevent any sag. If you would like, you can use black C47s or clips to clip up any fabric if you are using a wireless follow focus or servo motor. Using the drawstring, tighten the shroud around your lens so that there is no light leak. If you are using the Flex Plus with a larger camera, you can mount it directly to the low buoy. Or if you need additional height, grab the smaller Plus block. You will attach the smaller or 1.5-inch Plus block to the low buoy just like the 3-inch Plus block. Once the smaller Plus block is attached to the low buoy, grab your larger camera and, just like with the smaller camera, use the 1/4-20 thumb screws to attach it. If you would like to ensure the camera is aligned and secure, Prompter people suggest that you use 2 of the 1/4-20 thumb screws to attach your larger camera. Once your larger camera is positioned properly so that the lens is the correct distance from the beam splitter glass and securely mounted, just like with the smaller camera, pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Make sure that the hard stint is rested above the lens, and then pull the drawstring tightly around your lens to ensure that there is no light leak. If you have a larger Flex Plus model and a smaller camera, you can attach the 2 Plus blocks together, stacking them on top of the low buoy and sliding them to the appropriate position before attaching your camera. After your smaller camera is attached and the lens distance to the beam splitter glass is positioned properly, pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Make sure that you have the hard stint that is inside of the fabric shroud rested above your lens to prevent any sag. Using the drawstring, tighten the shroud around your lens so that there is no light leak. Monitors typically come pre-installed on the front sled, but if you are upgrading to a monitor model or a larger size monitor, you will need to remove the safety catch screw from the front sled with the included hex key in your upgrade kit. After you have removed the safety catch screw, place it to the side, or keep it stored in place that you will be able to locate it later if needed. To attach the monitor to the front sled, you will need to loosen the screw on the back of the VESA plate. If you are attaching a talent bracket, ensure the notch on the VESA plate is facing towards the front of the sled. This will give you additional room to attach your talent bracket and any plus mount accessories. After the monitor is attached to the front sled, turn the screw on the bottom of the VESA plate until the monitor is secure and does not move. If you are not attaching a talent bracket, reattach your safety catch screw with the hex key. To attach the counterweight, first loosen the back sled safety catch plate from the screw with the vertical open channel. The safety catch plate will swing up and allow access to the plus channel. The counterweight slides into the plus channel, swing the catch plate back to a closed position and tighten the screws opposite the way you loosen them. And to secure it in place, just twist it until it stops moving. If it is still moving after fully locked, ensure that there is at least one washer in between the counterweight and back sled. If you need to stack the counterweights, you would just twist each counterweight in place the same direction that you tightened the first counterweight on, to the back sled. You can move the counterweight anywhere along the back sled to get the optimal balance. To attach the talent bracket, make sure that your front sled safety catch screw is removed. Just like when you are adding or removing a monitor, you will want to store the safety catch screw to the side or in a location that you will be able to locate it later. The talent bracket will slide into the bottom plus channel of the front sled. Using a flathead screwdriver, turn the nut at the base of the bracket to lock it into place. Just like with the front sled, the talent bracket has a safety catch screw. You will remove the safety catch screw with the included hex key. Be sure to keep the safety catch screw easily accessible. Grab your talent monitor and slide it onto the talent bracket. Just like with the monitor on the front sled, you will first loosen the back screw on the VESA plate to attach the talent monitor. Then you will tighten it once you have it positioned properly. After the talent monitor is attached, securely use the hex key to reattach the safety catch screw at the base of the talent bracket. If you are using 15mm rails and a cage camera system, you will want to add the 15mm plus block to the back sled. Just like with the plus back sled kit, you will align the two locating pins to the holes at the top of the front sled. Then, using a flathead screwdriver, lock the 15mm plus block down to the front sled. Do not over or under tighten it, as this can cause your threads to strip over time. Once you have it attached properly, you will loosen the levers on each side of the 15mm plus block. This will allow you to slide your rails into the plus block. Once you have your rails mounted, you will then turn the levers on the side of the plus block opposite the way you turned them to loosen. Ensure your rails are secure and cannot slide out of the plus block. Again, you will want to make sure the hard stint is rested on top of your lens, and you will need to tighten the drawstring on the fabric shroud around your lens so that there is no light leak. To set up the Flex Plus with a freestanding base model or freestanding kit, first make sure the monitor VESA plate has the notch facing inward towards the back of the front sled. This will allow you to position the tripod adapter plate closer to the center of the front sled to achieve optimal balance on the freestanding stand. Loosen the tripod adapter plate and slide it forward so that it is as close to as centered with the front sled as possible. After you have it at the correct position for balancing, use a flathead screwdriver to lock down the tripod adapter plate. Then grab your rapid adapter or 3/8 inch to baby pin adapter. Screw the rapid adapter onto the tripod adapter plate so that it's secure and will not loosen. Do not over or under tighten it, as this can cause your threads to strip over time. Loosen the thumb screw on the rapid adapter so that there is clearance in the interior baby pin connector. Grab your Flex Plus front sled with the rapid adapter and carefully place it on top of the stand. Tighten the thumb screw on the rapid adapter so that it is securely mounted onto the stand. Loosen the levers on the left and right side of the Flex Plus, and using the guide pins, bring the hood up to a 45-degree angle. You will know it is at the correct angle when the guide pins are seated into the slots of the channel. After you have locked the hood at a 45-degree angle, position the Flex Plus freestanding teleprompter in front of your tripod at the optimal height. Grab your camera and place it on your tripod as you regularly would. Frame your shot and then position the teleprompter correctly from your framing. Once both your camera and the Flex Plus freestanding teleprompter are positioned correctly, pull the fabric shroud around your lens. Ensure the hard stint is rested on top of your lens and that your lens is at the correct distance from the beam splitter glass. Verify that your tripod and the freestanding Flex Plus stand are all locked down securely. Using the drawstring, tighten the fabric shroud around your lens so that no light leak is visible through the beam splitter glass. If you have any additional questions or need additional help with setup, please visit the customer portal at prompterpeople.com or email support at prompterpeople.com.